think that it's called for 5, right? But it's gonna actually begin at 5:15. Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah, I understand this, the traffic's been awful on the 101 all day. Ah. do it in the office, if you know, if nobody's there, that you could send, you know, you give something, but not for that, no. Wow, okay. Wow. Really? Here? Yes. What's that? No, no, not unless you're involved in a Torah service. Hey, how you doing?
so you have it? Okay, so you can use that. Just for the speech?
טובו מנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טובו מנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. טובו מנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טובו מנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לי, לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לי, לה 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 לה. הנה מה טובו מנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
So it's still a Shabbat, so when we greet each other we say Shabbat Shalom. So as I say that, you're going to respond Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
What a wonderful Shabbat. Later on, Adam's going to be sharing with us a very in-depth discussion about Shabbats. I won't take any away from that, okay? I promise. Only to say that it is our day of sanctity and of rest. And so what we ask you to do is to be engaged. I'm going to give you the most, if you will, the most meaningful hour of your last week at least. How am I going to do that? I'm going to have you turn off your cell phones. All right? Turn them off. If you have a cell phone handy, right, just not even on, buzzing, just for, right, you don't have to worry about it going off. You're going to be in the sacred place of sharing prayer and community and bar mitzvah. So I want you just to put them away. You're going to see some of us are wearing a talit, a prayer shawl. In the morning, in fact, we had a morning service here just a couple hours ago. And men and often women will wear the talit who are Jewish and of bar bat mitzvah age. At the Mincha, the afternoon service, you don't have to wear one, but those of us who are connected to the Torah up here, we're going to be wearing a talit, so you'll notice that as well. We daily have prayer, 3 services every day by Jewish tradition. Shachrit, a morning service, Mincha, afternoon, Mariv, an evening. This is the Mincha service, and at the Mincha on Saturday afternoon on Shabbat, we read from the Torah. So that gives the opportunity to have a bar mitzvah. Some of you have been to bar mitzvahs before. It's been called like a Havdalah bar mitzvah. That's a ceremony you're going to be doing later tonight when it's finally dark. But this is Mincha, and this is the afternoon service. So we're thrilled to be able to share with you. Are you excited to be able to share with them? Yes, very. Okay. Perfect. You're going to be able to follow in the smaller of the two red books that you have in front of you, or if you're in the front row behind you. And it's our prayer book, page 214. Page 214. This is one of the Psalms that we have. Psalm 145, actually the conclusion of all the Psalms. And going to be reading and leading us in this, Adam, right?
Yes, I will.
Good. All right. You begin and we'll respond. Go ahead.
Ashrei Yoshvei Beitecha, Od Yehalucha, Selah.
Ashrei
Ham Shekachalo, Ashrei Ham Shenayohav, Tehillah LeDavid, Arumimcha Elohai HaMelech, Vavarcha Shimcha Le'olam Va'ed, B'chol Yom Avarchecha, V'la Shimcha Le'olam Va'ed, Gadol Adonai Kulam Me'od, V'ligdul Aton Ein Cheker, Dor LeDor Yishbach Masecha, Ugvrotecha Yagidu, Hadar Kavod Hodecha, V'tzivrei Niflotecha Asimcha, Ezus Mortecha Yomeru, Uvirakwa Saprena, Zecher Rav Tucha Yamiyu, Zicha Yavusaka Yarav Nenu, Chanu Rakunonai, Eretz Kuchayim Chased, Tov Adonai Lakol, V'rachamav Al Kol Ma'asav, Yoducha Adonai Kol Ma'asacha, V'chasiv Chayim Varchucha, Gerod Halchucha Yomeru, V'zulak Tocha Yaramenu, V'chotiah Yom Lam Kvotehav, V'chol Machmer Machut Koto, Malchut Koha Malchut Lemid, V'meshon Chol Chayim V'chol Lord Lador, Sal Mechanai Kol V'fim, V'cher Fol L'may V'fim, Einei Kol Kol Mizvei Kol Sali Yorberu, V'chtan Yonfein Kol 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 Mitov, V'teach Yashav V'techa, V'vatiyah Kol Nayavaton, Sadik Hanai Kol Kol Yom Shgal, V'chaisim Leil Kol Sav, Ma'arod Adonai Kol Ma'arav, V'chol Shira Mayo Reitzot, Hatamel V'msevet, Yifnesh V'mzom, Yishramah Yoshiyin, Na'yo Kol Tehillat Adonai Klizon Rehushim, Yishvon Rechov Masyan Yashrin Elchashel Le'olam Va'ed, Va'anachnu Nevarech Yad, Yatan Adonai, Hallelujah.
All right, Adam, you can go back, sit down for a moment. We're going to continue page 217 with the Chatzi Kaddish, page 217.
Yitgadal v'yitgadash shavei rabba.
Amen.
Ve'omad yivrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechonu v'yom echon u'chayei dechol beit Yisrael v'agada v'agada u'bizman kariv v'imru amen yehesh merabam mevorach le'alam le'al me'omaya yitbarach v'yishtabach ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דעה מהירן בעלמה ויאמרו אמן.
We're going to turn now, page 218. This is the Torah service, and I'd like to call forward Joshua Noland. You're going to come up and carry the Torah. Mindy Sweeney, Pam Jackson, you can bring your prayer books if you want. You're going to help us by opening up the ark. If you'll come forward. Mindy and Pam, you're going to go up. Michael will take you up there. Page 218. By tradition, when we take out the Torah, it's a moment in which we'll all stand, almost as if we're re-receiving Torah, like from Mount Sinai. It'll come down, and the community will be walked around shortly. So, as the ark is opened, page 218.
ואני תפילתי לך אדוני את רצון אלוהים ברוב חסדך ענני באמת אישך ויהי בנשוא אהרון ויאמר משה קומה אדוני ויפוצו אויביך וינוסו משנאיך מפניך כי מציון תצא תורה כי מציון תצא תורה לעמו ישראל בקדושתו. גדלו לאדוני איתי ונרוממה שמו יחדיו לך אדוני הגדולה והגבורה והתפארת והנצח והאור כי הו בשמיים ובארץ כי הו בשמיים ובארץ לך אדוני הממלכה במתנשא לכל ראש רוממו רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו והשתחוו לאדם רגליו קדוש הוא רוממו רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו והשתחוו להר קודשו להר קודשו כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו.
You may be seated. I know you haven't been holding those books very long, that seat door, the prayer book. but you're going to put it away for a little bit, and instead you're going to be able to take out the larger red book that says A Time Torah and Commentary. And you're going to be able to find this on page 3. So if you don't know, in the Jewish tradition, by the way, we read the Torah from beginning to end every year. Like a good book. What's your favorite book? Oh, this could be a dangerous question. Yeah, indeed it is. Should I ask your brother his favorite book?
Well, I do like his books by Rick Riordan.
Okay, do you like to read them over and over?
Meh, I don't know.
One is enough. I like to read books over and over, right? Books that we can learn from. We like to hear them over and over. Children very often like to hear books over and over as well because you learn something new every time. Adults, isn't that true, don't you find? Like, especially, by the way, if you put a book down and a year later you pick it up and then you reread it and you go, I never knew that about that book. I don't remember it. And by the way, those of you later, in terms of 10 years later, do you have different experiences in life? Different ideas and how do you understand life? Once you have children, do you read a little bit differently? A lot differently. And so the idea of the Torah is every year we read it and we finish it, but we never put it away. We start it all over again. In fact, this coming week, the holiday of Simchat Torah, we're going to finish the Torah at the very end, and we're going to start it anew with the book of Genesis. And so we read the portions where now are sort of at the end and then the beginning. And because the Genesis was so important in terms of Adam, and we're going to talk more about that later, why it's so important, we're going to be reading from the book of Genesis here. So again, when we get to it, it'll be on page 3. In the meantime, Doug and Lisa, I'd like you to come up, please. You're going to present to Adam. Adam, you're going to stand right here. I want you to stand there and look at your parents. They're going to stand right here and look at you. Now, this is an important moment, Adam. I don't know if you realize, because every bar bat mitzvah, who's sharing first? Who's reading?
Do you want to speak first? Is this speech time?
This is it. You have your speeches?
Do you want me to speak first?
Yeah.
You have your speeches?
First, yes.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Take them out. All right. That'll be perfect. And this is the time when you don't answer your parents. You just stand there and listen to everything they have to say. Words of wisdom. You understand? Good. Just listening. There you go. I want you to just look at him and share these words. Go ahead.
So before I talk to Adam, I want to tell a little story about Adam's rainbow talit, which matches his kippah that he's wearing now. Yep. It's about beshert, or divine synchronicity. Adam's favorite color is orange, and we were looking for an orange talit, a prayer shawl for Adam, when we came across the rainbow talit. Like any Jewish mother, I began searching for the best deal I could find online when I came across the story of Reb Zalman's B'nai, or talit. In an interview, I read that Reb Zalman Schachter Shlomi explained that the prayer shawl woven in vibrant rainbow colors came to him in a beautiful inspiration or vision as he was meditating on the Midrash, how did God create the world? The spectrum of colors literally represents the primal light of creation. The purple represents Bereshit, in the beginning, the first day of creation, and the deep purple is the ultraviolet, just coming out of darkness. Each color represents an attribute of God and a day of creation. The last stripe, which is earth, is represented by brown because all things turn brown and return to the earth. Finding the rainbow talit was beshert because its inspiration was creation, which is Adam's Torah portion. Your turn. Adam, your father and I are so proud of the wonderful man that you've become. One of the things that we most admire about you is your tenacity and your love of learning. Even before you could talk, you were reading and learning. Learning is such a Jewish thing. Some people dedicate their entire lives to studying Torah. I remember when you were a little boy, the only things you would read were scientific journals and books with facts. Facts about the universe, history, science, physiology, and whatever else you could get your hands on. In first grade, you checked an encyclopedia out from the library and read it from cover to cover. Sometimes we jokingly say that you eat books for breakfast. Watching you undertake learning your Torah portion with that insatiable desire to learn, digesting it, and coming up with your own discoveries about its meaning has brought us tremendous joy. May you always turn to the Torah for guidance, as your grandparents and great-grandparents and those before them have done throughout our history. I also said that you're tenacious. I think most of us here know that while you were spelling words with fridge magnets at 2, that at 4 you still weren't speaking. Yes, you could read words aloud, but you weren't able to communicate verbally, and knowing what you wanted, needed, or what was bothering you was a constant guessing game. At that time, I prayed and begged Hashem to let you speak, to help you communicate with words. Like Hannah from the book of Samuel, I made a promise to God in exchange for granting my request. I promised God that if you would learn to communicate with words, that I would never tell you to shut up. I must admit that sometimes I wish I'd worded my promise a little differently. You worked so hard. You had intensive therapies that were frustrating, but you kept at it. You never gave up. Every time an obstacle has been placed before you, you've risen to the challenge, except for trying mashed potatoes. For your Mitzvah project, you chose to share your journey of recovering from autism and learning to speak by giving talks to families with children that are facing similar challenges. Your message of hope and advice to never give up is an inspiration. I continue to thank God regularly for your voice. May you always use it to share kindness, love, and hope with others. Our promise to you today is to be there for you always, in joyful times, and to wipe away your tears to support you, to teach you, even when you may not want our lessons, and to guide you through life's challenges and prospects. Our prayer for you today is for a long life filled with peace, health, happiness, and purpose, surrounded by family, friends, and community. May you endeavor to be a good person. May you be blessed to lead an ethical and balanced life with honor, integrity, and laughter. We hope you turn to God and Torah to find balance and to create structure in your own life. We are so very blessed to have you as our son. May you constantly rededicate yourself to God, and may God continue to bestow blessings upon you.
Give her a hug. Go ahead. There you go.
Adam, I think what Mom said really speaks for both of us. And I think I just want to say that really just what a miracle you are. I think all children are miracles. I think you're at least 2 miracles for what you've come through. And I just want to thank God that we have you here today and the achievements that you've reached. And I want to continue to thank God for the miracles that you will provide for all of us.
It's beautiful. You want to hand him the talit so we can take hold of it and recite the blessing? Go ahead. For the first time, you've been waiting for this moment, Adam. I know you have, with great excitement to get this beautiful talit, as your mom explained. Hold on. Ready to take hold of it. Recite the blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshenu b'mitzvotav v'tzivayinu l'hitatei b'tzitzit.
Amen. Go ahead. Put that on. There you go, like a pro. All right. You're going to be able to follow again page 3. It's easy to find because it's the very beginning. In the beginning, God created. So page 3, you'll be able to follow along as we call forward the first Aliyah. Amen.
David Yosso ben Yisrael, Ve'aliza Tzipora bat Yosso Ruvain, Rishon, Baruch Shenatan Torah Le'amo Yisrael, B'kedushato, Ve'atem
Avikim Elohim, Hayim Kulchem Hayom. Show your dad where you're going to start. So you're going to take the tzitzit, touch it there, right there at the very beginning, and you're going to kiss it. Okay, your dad's going to do first. Go ahead. Right, Doug, there you go. Right there. Then kiss it, and the blessing. Go ahead. Baruch Adonai Hamarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hamim
v'natan lanu et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Come on, Adam, let's do this. You got it? Right up there.
Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. V'haaretz hayta tohu vavohu v'choshech al panei tehon. V'ruach Elohim merachefet al panei hamayim. Vayomer Elohim yehi or vahi or. Vayar Elohim et haor ki tov. Vayavdel Elohim bein haor uvein hachoshech. Vayikra Elohim laor yom v'lachoshech kara laila vayhira vayvoker yom echad.
Take it and touch it again. Show them we finished up. You can touch it
Daddy,
there.
when we finish,
Kiss
so
it
you can
right
touch it.
Right there. Go ahead, kiss it again. And do the concluding blessing there.
Yeah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'hei olam nota b'chotenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen.
Jamie and Sarah, if you'll make your way up here, please.
Ya'amdu, Sephora bat David Yosel, Vesara bat David Yosel, Sheni.
Sam, if you want to come up and
Samuel,
stand. Here, come on, we're going to have you stand there. Go ahead, please. Sam, you want to stand with them? Come on.
Shmuel bat David Yosel.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvara.
Baruch Adonai Hamrach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai aton haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayomer Elohim yehi rakia b'toch hamayim v'hi mavdil bein mayim lamayim. Vayas Elohim et harkia vayavdel bein hamayim asher mitachat l'rakia uvein hamayim asher me'al v'rakia vayhichen vayikra Elohim l'rakia shamayim vayhierev vayhivoker yom sheni.
Go ahead, you can take the talit, touch it there. Good. Take the talit, yeah, right there, perfect. Excellent. Okay. Ready? Hold on. Let me show them the blessing right down there. Go ahead.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'haya alam natan Baruch atah Adonai natan haTorah.
Avachor habar mitzvah, Yamod Adam Leb ben David Yosel ve'Aliza Tzipora Shlishi Chazak Chazak.
Before continuing with the Torah reading, our bar mitzvah, Adam's going to share with us his Devar Torah, which are words of Torah on this portion. He wrote this entirely on his own, and you'll understand why. I didn't want to give an introduction on this book of Genesis because whatever I would say would pale in comparison to what he's about to share. All right?
Pulling your honor.
So we just want you now to be able to share slowly and clearly. Go ahead, it's all yours. Tell you what, this is going to be, you don't have to get so close to that even. It'll hear you nice and loud. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
My Torah portion is Breshit, and tonight I want to share with you some of what I discovered while studying this portion. There are important topics covered in my portion, such as Adam and Chava in the Garden of Eden, as well as the story of Cain and Abel. However, while studying my portion, I was most interested in the part about creation because I myself am interested in mathematics, quantum physics, and the Big Bang Theory, not the TV show. Now you might be asking yourself, how exactly is this related to the Torah portion? I recently read a book by a nuclear physicist, Dr. Gerald Schroeder, about how the Big Bang Theory, once again not the show, really hates my Pershah, Breshit. Just assume from now on I'm talking about the actual theory and not the show, just to simplify things. So, you might be thinking, how is the scientific theory that the universe might be 14 billion years old hold up alongside the biblical story of the universe being created in only 7 days? You see, this all resolves rather well when you take into account Einstein's theory of special relativity, which states that the faster one goes, the slower time passes for them. This theory could be utilized to provide the assumption that what God views as 7 days might be a completely different amount of time than the human perspective, which relies upon the Earth's rotation on its axis and its revolutions around the Sun to mark time. In fact, in Maimonides' book, The Guide for the Perplexed, he states that prior to the creation of Adam, that is not me, the other people, time passed in a way that was incomprehensible to humans. This demonstrates my theory about God's perspective of time being different from ours as not only feasible, but reconciling the Big Bang Theory with the story of creation. To put it another way, it's just that the creation story in Genesis and the Big Bang Theory are simply two different ways of describing the same event, and that they are not mutually exclusive. In the Torah, God created the world in 7 days. On the first day, God separated light from darkness and said it was good. On the second day, God separated water from water, making the sky. And on the third day, God separated the land from the water and created plants. Here, the Torah says, God said it was good after the third day, but not after the second day. This made me wonder, why didn't God say it was good following the second day? After pondering this for a while, I came up with the idea that perhaps separating the waters and then separating land, plus creating plants, were part of a continuous process, and since it was only partially complete at the end of the second day, God did not pronounce it good until the process was finished on the third day. The portion goes on to describe the fourth day, when God created the sun, moon, and stars. Sea animals, birds, and creeping animals were created on the fifth day, and on the sixth day, God created the larger land animals. Think elephants, rhinos, horses, camels, and the like. And then a human being, man. This person was to be master over all the other animals. I believe this means we are meant to be the shepherd, to watch over them, tend them, and guard and protect them. I think the lesson here is that it is our responsibility to take care of the earth and all of its creatures. This sets a precedent which makes us responsible for taking care of the environment, not only for our own survival, but to protect the animals' habitats as well. You see, environmentalism is built into our foundation. At the end of the sixth day of creation, God found it to be very good. I think the word very is used here because at the end of 6 days, the entire project was complete versus the individual steps, which only guard a simple good instead of a very good. On the seventh day, God says, I'm done. However, I'm not. Why does God decide to cease? Was God really done? I think God stopped in order to observe his or her creation grow like the way a parent watches a child mature to adulthood. Kind of like becoming a bar mitzvah when you think about it. Another way to think of it is like planting a seed. You nurture the seed while the plant is just forming. Then once it's sprouted and off to a strong start, you sit back and watch it shoot up on its own. On the seventh day, God rests, and we get Shabbat. We have the Sabbath because it's the anniversary of God taking a break to observe and reflect on the universe that was created. We observe it because God said so. Sometimes, I do things because my parents have told me to do them, without further explanation, and I trust that my parents have a good reason for their instruction to me. What might God's reason be for commanding us to observe the Sabbath, such an important part of Judaism? Well, first of all, it allows us to rest. When we rest, we regenerate, we grow, we reflect. Our weekly cycle of rest and reflection gives us the opportunity to express gratitude for what we have instead of asking for things. This is reflected in how our prayers are worded on Shabbat versus on the weekdays. Expressing gratitude, in turn, leads to happiness, satisfaction, and fulfillment. So, observing the Sabbath helps us to live in a space of gratitude and be happy. Essentially, the creation story is a roadmap that leads us down the path to fulfillment and happiness. As I become a bar mitzvah, this lesson is important to me in another way too. You see, I was born on Rosh Hashanah, the anniversary of creation, 13 years ago at 1818 military time. No, seriously. Actually, I was named Adam the night before my bris because the first person, Adam, was created at the end of the 6th day of Rosh Hashanah, of creation. Sorry. The story of creation is, in a sense, my own story. But which explanation was right? Is the universe really 14 billion years old? How could it have been created in 7 days? What is the truth? What should I believe? I'd been grappling with these questions for a few years before I began studying for my bar mitzvah. Studying Bereshit was important to me because studying creation has helped me to realize that religion and science are not mutually exclusive. By studying creation through the lens of astrophysics, I discovered that being a scientist and believing the Torah are not incongruent, as I'd once thought they were. Intellectually, this is a great place to be, as I am a bar mitzvah and begin my journey into adulthood. Shabbat shalom, modim l'simcha.
Shabbat shalom, Chag Sameach. Tell you what, you can stand up now. Now you're going to get to the blessings. We'll have you come back and stand up with us. Ready?
Baruch Hu Adonai V'rach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai V'rach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim v'na'atananu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten Torah.
Amen.
Right, come on. Sam, this is a good time to pass out the candy to people. This is not a snack at the moment, but as soon as
You're supposed
Adam
to
is
throw it to me.
supposed to throw it gently, like a kiss that you wish to send to him, just so gently. And you ready to with the Torah reading? Go ahead.
Vaygomer Elohim Yikavu Hamayim Mitachat Hashamayim El Makom Echad V'Tira Hayabasha Vayichen Vayikra Elohim Layabasha Heretz Umigvei Hamayim Kara Yamim Vayar Elohim Kitov Vayomer Elohim Tadshe Haaretz Deshe Isav Mazriya Zera Eitz Peri Oseh Peri, let me know. Hasher Zaravo Al Haaretz Vayichen Vatotzer Haaretz Deshe Hasef Mazriya, Zera Liminehu, Ve'etz Osepri, Asher Zarvo, Leminehu, Vayar Elohim, Kitov, Vayhierav, Vayhivoker, Yom Shlishi.
Concluding blessing, go ahead.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'hayei olam nata b'tochenu, Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen.
Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Yehei Lanu, Yehei Lanu, Yehei Lanu, Ulecha Yisrael, Yehei Lanu, Yehei Lanu, Ulecha Yisrael, David Melech Yisrael, Chai v'kayam, David Melech Yisrael, Chai v'kayam. Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Yehei Lanu.
All right, Adam, here, I want to share a couple words with you. Sam, you did a great job retrieving those. Go ahead, you can sit down.
No, put him here.
Put them there. He'll hold them for you.
Put 'em
Give them
here.
to your mom
Put 'em
and
here.
dad. No.
Put them here. Put them here.
All right, go. We got it.
Sam, no stealing.
We got here, Adam. Here, turn this way towards me, please. All right, you did
It'll
your
work.
Oh, you guys can keep. You want them all. All right. Let's talk about the first lesson of sharing, Adam. Come here. I hope you're proud of yourself. I know it's a lot of work. You worked very hard with Jeff. You've been learning in our space, and Susan North Gilboa is here, and you have lots of friends from the program. And we're just so proud of what you've learned to get to this moment. It's not easy to become a bar mitzvah. By the way, it happens automatically, but to be able to demonstrate in front of community. And what you wrote, was that amazing what he wrote about? Yeah, there you
My mom helped.
And Adam, so you spoke about the astrophysics, and by the way, time is of course relative. So for example, you know that. When you're waiting for something, does time go by slowly or quickly?
Slowly.
Really slow, right? By the way, like the end of school sometimes, can see like time is going backwards, doesn't it? You ever had that moment you're looking at the clock and it feels like those last 5 minutes seem to be going the wrong way? And yet, right, when you're having fun, does time go by quickly or slowly?
Quickly. Very quickly.
Does that prove Einstein's theory? Right there, in a way, time is relative depending on what you're doing in life. And your family, your parents, your extended community here, it's all about feeling that sense of sacredness that you talked about in terms of Genesis. Now, my favorite part, by the way, of the story of creation, you gave a wonderful explanation in terms of talking about Shabbat and talking about ecological responsibility. For me, my favorite part, one of the lessons I take from it, is about the creation of Adam. You remember how Adam was created from the earth? That's why he's called Adam, from Adamah, from the ground. And God forms him, but not quite a human being. Do you remember what happens before he can come alive?
God breathes on him.
God breathes into him the breath of life, which means all of us, Adam, have God's Spirit in us. That's the image that we take from the Torah. Isn't that a beautiful image?
Yes, except that...
You're going to show me how scientifically it doesn't make sense. I know that.
No, except that breathing life into Adam, it makes you imagine divine CPR.
Isn't that, it's a beautiful image. And that somehow, by the way, sometimes the Torah is a way of our ancient ancestors, how they understood the world. By the way, I don't know if you realize this, you read from the Torah the word for water. Remember what that word is in Hebrew? It said mayim.
Oh, yeah.
Right? The Spirit of God hovered, merachefet al hamayim. The word for sky is shamayim. Why? Because when they looked up there, it looked like it was waters above them as well. It was so blue. So Mayim below, Shemayim up above, they thought it was waters that were up above them. So,
yeah, that explains it.
doesn't that explain it? But that's why when we look at the Torah, it's about how did our ancestors understand the world, and then you bring such life to how we understand it today. I always hope, and this is what I love about you, is that you see the godliness in all of us. You see that each of us is the Spirit of God within us, and that's why you have to treat people nicely, because each of us has that piece of God in us. So I want to be able to share a blessing with you. Can I do that? I'm going to do it whether you want to or not, but thank you for that. I just want to get permission. I warned you about this one, right? Remember, this is the oldest blessing that we know in the ancient world. This probably goes back, by the way, about 3,000 years, at least maybe 4,000 years, handed down from generation to generation to generation.
That's a really long time.
It's a long time. I'm going to share that with you, and that's for me such a blessing to be able to share it with you. Here it goes. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha, Yisad Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless you and keep you, Adam. May God's presence always be with you. Right there, you know where it is. May you always bring God into the world and to help bring peace to this world. And we say, Amen. All right. You're gonna be able to take all that candy, you think?
I've decided I'm gonna have some Hershey.
You're gonna share?
My younger brother already got one for himself. So which are the?
So I'll tell you what. Let's take these. We'll give them back, and then we'll let you pass them out later. Should we do that?
No, I was gonna get.
Oh,
give them
okay.
to-
What would you like to do? This is your bar mitzvah.
Only the people who actually he helped pick them up.
So here's what I want you to do. You go around and hand them out to people you'd like to, and we're going to lift the Torah right now. Why don't you do that? And those of you who have been honored with lifting the Torah, you're invited to come forward. Please, Howard Brown and Sam Noland, if you'll come forward. We stand at this moment for the lifting of the Torah scroll.
Ya'amod hamagbiya, ya'amod hagolel. Vezot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai beyad Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Morasha kehilat Yaakov, Morasha kehilat Yaakov, Morasha kehilat Yaakov, Torah tziva lanu Moshe.
Molly Sweeney, you're going to come forward and carry the Torah. Remain standing. Ivor and Roz Glazer, Martin and Nora Carmen. If you'll join Michael Przansky up on the bima to open up the ark, we're going to return the Torah at this time.
Yahallelu et Shem Adonai, ki nishgav shemo levado, hodo al eretz v'shamayim, vayarem keren le'amo, tila lecha chasidav, livnei Yisrael, hallelujah, hallelujah. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omen. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omen. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha שלושה דברים העולם אוהב. כי לקח טוב נתתי לכם, תורתי אל תעזובו, עץ חיים היא למחזיקים בה, ותומכיה מאושר דרכיה, דרכי נועם וכל נתיבותיה. שלום שלום השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה, חדש ימינו כקדם.
May be seated. Adam, not you. We want you because we have some special gifts. Michael Brzezinski, who's representing the congregation. Representing the congregation has some special gifts. You want presents, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Oh, there you go.
Nothing better than my honor to give you special gifts tonight. Mazal Tov and a wonderful, wonderful performance. I really enjoyed your reading and your speech. It was a tremendous honor for me to be here. Let me hand off a couple of gifts for you. First is a great bar mitzvah certificate, certified and signed by all of the clergy. You can have that framed and enjoy in your home and look at it with pride and honor. You have a year's membership for Junior USY, which they are very requesting. Please do not bend, so please don't bend.
Ooh, it's free.
It's very free, yes it is. You also, nothing better for a bar mitzvah boy to have than a fresh pair of socks. So the LA Jewish Teen Initiative has handed off a new pair of socks for you.
Hopefully they're the right fit.
I'm sure they'll be fantastic for you. From the Men's Club, a wonderful book called Israel Matters. I've enjoyed reading that with my children. I hope you will enjoy reading it as well. And also from the Women of Aliyah, a brand new Kiddush cup for you to enjoy. Mazal Tov.
Mazal Tov.
These are all for you.
Myself. Very nice.
No.
Those are all yours. You can take them. Go ahead. We're back in the prayer book now. So we finished with the Torah reading. And in the prayer book, you will find on page 177, we have a prayer for the country there. I'd like to call for Brian Ogden and Arlene Noland, and you're going to help read this for us. Page 177. Are you going to come up with us? There you go. We're going to read that first paragraph together with them together. Got it? Here, come on over here if you want. One of you each microphone if you want, or right there. We're going to read. You're going to lead us, okay? Go ahead.
Our God and God of our ancestors, with mercy accept our prayer on behalf of this country and its government. Pour your blessing upon this land, upon its inhabitants, upon its leaders, its judges, officers, and officials, who faithfully devote themselves to the needs of the public. Help them understand the rules of justice you have decreed, so that peace and security, happiness and freedom will never depart from our land.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We continue now with the Chatzi Kaddish. You'll find page 222.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועמד יברח חירותי וימליך מלכותי, וחייך עולו ויומך ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמרה במבורך לעלם לעלמי אומיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה, שמי דקודשה ברכו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה Zman Beyama V'Imru. Amen.
Page 223, you're going to find what we call the Amidah, which literally means the standing prayer. And this is one of our most important prayer that we have, recited 3 times each day. We're going to rise, please. Amidah means the standing prayer. And Adam's going to help lead us to the beginning parts, beginning again, page 223.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor V'Hanora El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chastei Avot, Umevi Goel Ivnei V'neihem, L'ma'an Shmo Be'ahava, Melech Choser Ufagei Umashia Umagin, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magin Avraham, Uvaked Sarah, Ata Gibor Lelam Adonai, Mechayim Metim Ata, Rav Lehoshia,
Morid Ata.
Mechakel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayim Metim Berachamim Ravim, Tomech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Aturim, Umechaye Emunato, Lishene Afar, Micham Mochab Hagurot, Umidom Melach, Melach Memit, Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atal hachayot meitim, Baruch atah Michaye ha-meitim.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב ביד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך הארץ כבודו. קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך הארץ כבודו. לעומתם ברוך יאמרו, ברוך כבוד אדוני, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו ובדברי קודשך כתוב לאמור, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון, לדור ודור, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון, לדור ודור, הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. כי המלך גדול וקדוש אתה, ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Amidah continues silently, Hebrew or English, with the addition for the intermediate days of Sukkot, or if you prefer, private prayers and meditations of your heart.
finish with your prayers, you may be seated.
Ose shalom Ramah, Ya'ase shalom aleinu, ve'yalko Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Ya'ase shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'yalko Yisrael, Ya'ase shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'yalko Yisrael. Ya'ase shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'yalko Yisrael. Ya'ase shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'yalko Yisrael. Ya'ase shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'yalko Yisrael.
Page 230.
יתגלה ויגלה שמי רבה, ועמד יברך חירותי, וימליך מלכותי, בחי יכונו ומכונו וחי לכל בית ישראל, בגלל ובזמן קורי ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעלם לעלמי עולמי יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ותרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה. בריחו לאלוהים מקרא בחטא ושירתו שפחת ונחמת עד המירן ועלמה ויאמרו אמן. תתקבל צלותו נבואתו לכל בית ישראל קרוב לשמיא ויאמרו אמן. יהי שלום רבה מן שמיא וחיים אלינו בכל ישראל ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרמיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן.
Page 231, we rise together for Aleinu as Adam is going to lead us.
Aleinu shebayach ladon hakol latet gedula leotzer reishir shelo asanu chiyei haratzot v'lo samanu pushchot ha'adama v'lo samchalkenu kahen gor aleinu kachol hamonam ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים. Sorry. נוחין המלאכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסף הארץ וגובהי שכבו בשמיים ממעל Shkina to so, begov he meromi hu Eloheinu henod emet malkeinu nefesulato kakatuv betorato v'datayom v'hashavota Elevavecha Ki Adonai Hu Elohim Bashamayim Mimal Ve'al ha'aretz Mitzvah Einod V'nemar v'haya Adonai l'melech l'kol ha'aretz v'yom hahu Shema Shema
may be seated. The end of our worship services include a prayer for those who have passed. That's called the Mourner's Kaddish, and we have different periods of recollection and mourning those who have passed away. So it's customary for anybody who is in a period of mourning or remembering a loved one on the anniversary of their passing to recite these words. So I invite anybody who has that need on page 232 for the words of the Mourner's Kaddish. Page 232, actually an affirmation of life and of what those lives meant to us and still mean to us. So those of you reciting the words, you can join together. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabba. Amen. Yamad yivrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei v'chol beit Yisrael v'agalav v'zman kariv meru. Amen. Yehi shmei rabba mavorach le'olam umei omaya. Barach, Yishtabach, V'yar, V'ytromam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitalev, V'yitalav. Shmei Dekudusha, Brichu. Elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Damiran v'yomad meru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. Hayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael meru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'yakol Yisrael meru. Amen. Adam, come stand with me for a moment here, will you? Come on. Sure. How you feeling? Good. The answer is good. I feel great. I'm so proud of myself. Bien. Excelente. Okay. So we're going to share a blessing together, everybody. So here's what I want you. I want you to stand between your mom and dad there. I want you all to stand up. Please put your prayer books down, whatever you're holding. I want you to put your arms around your neighbor. If you don't have a neighbor, it's time to find one. All right? This blessing is called the Shechianu. It's a blessing that sanctifies time. If you know the words, you'll join along. If not, you'll just hum along with us. We hope that you'll appreciate this moment, the beauty, the blessing of Adam's Bar Mitzvah as we share this blessing together. Adonai Eloheinu
melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
That's the world promise. Amen. Follow us. It keeps going. It keeps going.
Amen.
Let's do that amen one more time. Mazal Tov, Adam!
Shemen Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Semen Tov, Semen Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Semen Tov, Semen Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Semen Tov, Yehelanu, 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 Ulecha Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu. David Melech Yisrael Chai v'kayam. David Melech Yisrael Chai v'kayam.
We invite you to enjoy now with Adam and family outside in the Sukkah area, and you'll join us as they lead you out. Is it that long? Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. I know. She's got the same face.